Okay, I think we're live now. Let's see if that it does come up. Okay, wonderful. Welcome back to the greatest show on all of YouTube in the category of logistics shows that provide daily updates for BHX logistics.
Absolutely, man.
With your hosts Aldin and Munir, we're excited for some professional presentation. We're moving in that direction. Thanks to Amina, thanks to the feedback of Yasmina and Amina, our producers, our managers in this field.
Shout out
Let's
to
go
them,
ahead
really.
and dive in. You ready?
Let's go, man.
I'm operating on an all-nighter here, so I'm gonna try to keep my energy as high as possible, and I will succeed. Okay, daily recap. 4424. That's a cool number
Can you
with
extend
AMM.
that?
Huh?
Can you extend that screen? Yeah, just try to extend it. But right now, I'm just
What do you mean?
you extend the presentation so we see everything. It's not on extend. It's minimized the presentation.
What does it look like?
Looks like it's in the left corner. It's minimized.
Are you sure? Are you on the YouTube stream? Are you looking?
Just give me a second.
I think it's fine.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Apologies, man. Yeah. I was looking at our recording, and in our recording it was different than on YouTube. You're completely right.
Okay, so let's
Let's
go ahead
go.
and dive in. Um, so left side here, you see what we're talking about now. On the bottom below that, you see all the things we're gonna talk about. I think by tomorrow we're gonna have a little timer in to keep us on track. But go ahead and run through the numbers.
All right. I will. 1,443 imported loads. It's an average type of day when it comes to imported loads. 530 bids, 46 booked loads with 9.06 bid win ratio. 36 drivers have been booked. It's a We had a very good day before. This one as well was pretty decent because a lot of our drivers have not been available yesterday because they are delivering today. So most of the time we were booking, as you can see, a lot of afterloads. We booked 10 afterloads for our drivers, with the average driver pay on those loads being 557. I just want to say something for on average, I would say by the end of the Wednesday, our week was better than the entire last week. So that's
Awesome,
why,
man.
yeah, that's why Wednesday was, combined this week combined so far, it's been better than the whole week last week. And I'm so happy with how we're performing at every aspect.
Yeah, it's looking like this is gonna be the best week we've had this year so far. So hopefully
Most
it's a sign
probably,
of
yeah.
good things to come. All right, the code red drivers, actually some more stats.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Unfortunately, man, I hate to say it, but I still think this expired is wrong. So we're just gonna sort of skip over this top section with regards to expired and declines.
sure thing.
93 cents a mile was the average. You know, that's when you take into account all of the loads, the really good loads and the really bad loads. And then we booked 76% of the fleet. Um, of the available drivers who had a decent amount of available time yesterday. All right,
Yeah.
let's go down to the red drivers.
We
Gonna
just,
skim over this.
alrighty. Sadly, we have one driver in Texas for the whole week, sitting at home pretty much.
Oh, it's
Um,
not sadly, man. You know, it's his
we want to
choice.
book him.
He's
I know
chilling
it's
at
his
home.
choice.
He's with his family. He might be with his kids. I don't know. Maybe he's with his wife.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
would take a load if he's booked. It's not like he's
what's sad is when there's a guy sitting in Washington away from his loved ones for 7 days. You know, but a guy who doesn't want to relocate because he's happy chilling at home. It's a perfectly understandable thing because when you're home, just enjoy your time home, and then we'll continue to do whatever we can. But I mean, it's a weird part of Texas. This guy's been with us for a very long time. He knows the game. He knows if he wants to get booked, he's got to move, right? But
right?
yeah, I mean, nevertheless, we
Yeah,
don't ever want to see.
rest of the guys on this list got available yesterday morning, up until noon, and were not booked. Um, I'm looking at we had two on the list. Very very weird situation that two on the list are in. One of them is in Toronto, one of them is London, Ontario, and we were unable to book them. But for them, I know that we cannot have 2 days when this happens. So
Yeah,
it's historically. So for them, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get them figured out as soon as possible today. Probably by 10 a.m., 11 a.m. they're gonna be booked. That's the positive
hopefully
part.
we'll do our best to
Hopefully,
make it happen, man. Let's keep moving.
yeah.
Spotlight. Go ahead and break this down for us.
Yeah. This is, as you can see, there's a note down there by operations manager Vedad. So we booked a load that we did not have a coverage for, and we needed a recovery. So Nermin, he was Unit 574. He was out of service at home. We called him, and he jumped into his vehicle and did this load for us. Of course, we gave him a more from our own pocket as well, just to reward him for this because he really helped us out not to lose reputation in front of the customer. Thank you so much, Nermin, and everyone. Really, yesterday as well, we mentioned a guy who helped us in the middle of the night. These things can happen once or twice a week when we need your help. We will do our best on our end that you, even though you're doing us a favor, you're fairly paid as well because, of course, um, there is a load that we need to cover or recover, and for us is it's really a one-way street when it comes to our reputation and relationship with the customer. So once again, thank you so much, Nermin.
I think maybe the audio was doubling up on you again, but I think it's fixed. Can you say something?
What do you want
Yeah,
me to say?
we'll see what it does, but I think it might be the same bad audio at the beginning of the call because we had it coming in from Zoom and we also had it coming in from the screen record. But yeah, back to this, man. When drivers jump in like this and help out when they're out of service, when they're not obligated to, it means the world to us. We'll do whatever we can, to repay. But I mean, that's how you build a strong foundation. That's how you build a strong team. That's how you protect your reputation. And we are, eternally grateful when drivers are able to show that flexibility and jump in when called upon. Um, Great job, Natamina. Thank you, sir. So our stats are back, man. Our stats for individual dispatchers are back. Yesterday, Mohammed had 148 bids, 49% follow-up ratio, 11 loads, and 525 average revenue per load. Ahmed came in third in that 105 bids and 8 loads. As we keep reminding, Ahmed, the middleman here, does that hybrid role. So he's not just doing this, he's also doing other brokerage related stuff. And then the king of bidding, man, does it once again. The untouchable, the senior
In every
dispatcher,
sense.
senior citizen, a senior in every sense of the word, man. The king of bidding with the 211 bids, 18 booked loads, and 540 revenue per load. So good to see these numbers and good to see our team gelling together. One thing we do well is we create an environment where these three guys, the main, our three-headed dragon of bidding, they work together. There's no toxic competition where they're trying to steal loads from each other. So really, at the end of the day, who books how many loads doesn't matter. It doesn't affect their performance. It doesn't, or their reviews or anything. Um, all it is just a fun number to see, and some friendly competition, that we want to look at. All right, let's keep on keeping on. we got next up best loads. Man, I mean, I did an amazing job with this sidebar. How do you like it?
I like it very much, indeed.
Yeah. So
North
best
Little
loads.
Rock, North Little Rock, Arkansas, going to Winnipeg, Manitoba, 1,500 miles, $1,550. The driver had some empty as well, but either way, this is a really, really good load. I think, if I'm not incorrect, driver placed a bit on it, and so yeah, guys, it's possible to get a good load when you place a bid on yourself. And like I said, usually, sometimes it happens that we book our drivers from Winnipeg back. If not, he has a 200 mile drive back to Fargo.
Yeah, the expectation is always to go back. We quote it out like that. What we do
Yes, indeed.
sometimes is tell people hang out up there for a few hours or part of a day or a day at most if you really want to. When we do book you back, I mean, you just won the jackpot, so go celebrate with your loved ones. Um, if we don't, I mean, you're still making good money, and generally speaking, we don't want people hanging out up there for too long. Unless you just like those friendly Canadians, man, then hang out up there all you want. All right,
Indeed.
moving on. Next up, we got Ontario to North Dakota. So this guy's gonna be hanging out with this other guy once they're both in North Dakota, chilling out. Um,
They will.
1,100 miles, $1,250. I mean, this is a dream come true, right?
It
Because
is.
he's in Ontario, meaning he did a load that was a good paid load to get there, probably a dollar 10, 15 a mile. I don't know what his previous load was, right? But he's making 1,250 on this one. He might have made six, seven, eight, 1,000 on the last one. He's finishing early in the week, early enough in the week to where there's still a good chance we're going to book him in another run. So this is how good weeks are born, man. Um, any comments on this one before we move on?
No, I like this is one of my favorite runs, and we do it very often from Toronto to Fargo for a specific customer. I love it. Yeah, it used to be paid more, but with inflation and competition and everything else, now we're at this rate. But it is what it is. It's still an amazing load that delivers within 30 hours from picking up. So that's why it's so good. And drivers usually drivers are booked out of Fargo that day, if everything is right.
Awesome. Last but not least, we have a Missouri to Ontario. This is probably my favorite load right here. When there's a
Yeah,
load that you're making close to $1,000 on, you're finishing in Ontario. I mean, that's just a perfect
amazing.
lineup. That
It
is
is.
that is every driver, man, when he lays down at night and he has a dream about a load, it's this load right here.
Absolutely, man. And here's the thing, man. This is picking up, close by to Kansas City. Kansas City for us historically is not a bad place, but lately it's been a terrible place for some reason. We sometimes needed to go down to 75 cents a mile to book drivers to mid Ohio, Detroit, or Indiana, or somewhere up there. And with this, it's just a dream come true, as you said.
All right, let's see what else we got. So Amina wants us to talk about what's she
Home
pointing to
buy.
here?
I think home buy because I spoke with Amina. I told her Bairam is Eid is next week, so let's speak about home buy and miles around home a little bit to remind people that next week, a lot of our drivers are Muslim, and next week is a major holiday in Muslim Islamic religion, and usually everyone that celebrates will want to be home next Wednesday. So it is good if we share some tips on how to set themselves up so they're booked as close to home as possible because it's already Thursday and some of them are looking to be home even this weekend. What do you say?
What I would do, I mean, depends where you live. If you live in Oregon, then this is a little bit different. But if
Hmm.
you live in, where most of our guys are Midwest or Texas and stuff like that, um, I would put a home buy Tuesday night. That way, I mean, if Eid's supposed to be on Wednesday, which I think it is, you don't want to put Wednesday because we could book you a load that delivers Wednesday morning, 100 miles from your home, 200 miles from your home, and you screw up your day. So put Tuesday night, you want to be home. Put right now, put 1,000 miles around home because it's still a week ahead, right? Maybe put 800, maybe put 700, right? Tomorrow, drop it down to maybe 600. Saturday, drop it down to 5. Sunday, drop it down to 4, right? Monday, drop it down to 3. Tuesday, maybe put it at 200, right? So the idea is just make that circle around your home with the home radius smaller and smaller. I think 1,000 is too aggressive right now. I'd probably put it at 600 for starting. You don't want to get a load
I
that's a
agree.
thousand miles from your home. That was
I
um,
agree.
no sleep talking there. But yeah, start off with 600 miles today. Tomorrow, make it 5, make it 4, make it 3. You don't want to ever get down to like 100 miles because that's just too limiting. I would say, put it at 200 is the lowest you should ever go, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, like we say, these tools are and these additional options are powerful things. You guys just have to know when and how to use them. Moving on time performance yesterday with an amazing 99%. One unjustified late arrival, one arrival that was our fault, quote unquote. 94 total stops. Absolutely amazing, stellar performance by our team. Reminder, guys, if you're running late for any reason, no matter if it's us screwing up the times, no matter if it's you screwing up by oversleeping, if it's the customer screwing up by not giving you enough time, communicate, communicate, communicate. Anything going on that's going to cause you to be late, just got to let us know. The problem is if you do not, and if you're late, it doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. Unfortunately, it counts against you if you fail to communicate, right? So don't make the mistake of, ruining your on-time performance, hurting the company as well by forgetting to call us. Just pick up the phone call, say, hey, uh, app says 2 p.m. appointment. My ETA is 2:30. That's all you got to do. Any comments, Munir?
Yeah, amazing work, everyone. What I am really happy about that, we did have one late stop, but in total we had four stops late, justified and unjustified, and that's really nice to see because usually we have 9 or 10 total stops late, and then you have four unjustified. So this is
Look,
really
man,
really
when
nice to see.
when you have the best drivers in the world, it's easy to do this well, man. It's easy to win with a good lineup, with the best drivers, with the best dispatch, with the best general manager, with the best operations manager, with a phenomenal recruiter, with a phenomenal dispatch crew, with the phenomenal Canada clearance crew, with the world class problem solving crew, and then the icing on the cake with the weekend crew. I mean, it's easy to win. All I do
Indeed.
is win, 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 no matter what. Again, a modern day poet said that. I don't expect you to know it, but
I don't know, man.
I know you don't know.
You
You
have a
didn't grow
street
up.
background.
You
I do
didn't
not.
grow up on the mean streets of Arnold, Missouri, like I did.
Yeah, I heard one guy littered once.
One guy littered once, man. It was the kind of stuff I had to see growing up. I was walking down the street in a local park. There's a dog park across the street with kind folks walking their dogs, and the craziest thing happened, man. A guy unwrapped a piece of gum, put it in his mouth. With the trash can there and a recycle bin next to it, he takes it and he throws it on the ground, man. This is the kind of
Uh,
stuff that I had to grow up with.
PTSP, man.
PTSD.
PTSD. PTSD. Yeah.
Moving on. A dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. One of the people I
Oh,
hate the most in this world, Colin Powell, said that.
who is he? I never heard of
I
the
believe
guy.
he was George Bush's VP, and
Oh,
he's the one that
yeah.
played a big role in us killing 2 million people in Iraq.
Oh, it's a black guy, right?
I mean, the color, his skin color doesn't matter at all. But
Of of course, I'm just trying to figure out who is he in my head.
we Americans are sensitive about that stuff, man. You don't label people by their skin color, man. This isn't
Nah,
Bosnia.
I meant nothing by. We don't have that problem over here.
Um, yes, it's a black guy. It's crazy, man. When you just start to like look a little bit into some of these conspiracy theories, because everything that goes against what the media is pushing is a conspiracy theory. And then majority of them, not the majority, but a lot of times they'll come out to be true and they're like, "Oh yeah." And like with these where it's like I don't remember the details, but I think he had a what the hell was it, man? Like construction company or something that pretty much rebuilt the country after they just bombed it, leveled it with false accusations. But listen, the quickest way to lose drivers is by going on a political rant against a guy that they like. So, listen, for any drivers out there that like Colin, he's my guy as well.
He's not my guy, man.
I'd vote for him. No, no, I'm kidding. I stand by my previous statement and the latter statement too. I stand by all the statements. What do we got? So a dream does not become real. A dream does not become reality. It takes, yeah, it's sort of in line with I think yesterday's was similar. Um, but yeah, man, we know this. We know that it's sweat
Yeah,
in our
it,
line of work. It's
it
not literal sweat, but you know.
takes in Colin Powell's opinion, it takes sweat, determination, and weapons of mass destruction hoax. And there you go.
All right, let me change the way this thing looks. Give me just a quick second. So let's do this and let's do this and then let's click here. And then let's click here, and then that's not it. So let's try this now, and that's not it either. So let's try this, and this one is it. All right, you see me? I see you. We see each other.
Um,
We're in a healthy place now. We just gotta resize this, and we gotta move it over. It's not perfect, but it'll do, man. So the last 10 days of Ramadan, it involves the pursuit of a special night that we Muslims believe is in that last 10 days. The pursuit of that night is what had me staying up last night, and many, many other Muslims around the world. Additional prayers, additional recitation, or additional supplications, and just overall reflections. Tell us about that, man. This is your
my
stomping
field.
grounds as far as knowledge goes, man. This is you grew
It
up in
is
the
my
mean
field.
streets of the madrasa.
I grew up in what you guys in US have you call something called Bible Belt. In Boston we have something called Quran Belt, and that's where I'm from because everyone is like super religious in that part of it. Central Bosnia is historically like all of the imams or super religious folks came from there.
Fanatics.
Fanatics, yeah, came from there. So yeah, I grew up in such family, really, especially on my mother's side. For like 2 centuries, they had the like people that were imams and stuff like that. On my father's side, it's a little bit different, but it's pretty much they were neighbors. So I guess I know a thing or two about that. And then I finished Islamic high school as well. So what we do in the last 10 days of Ramadan is we try to find um, that one night that's called in Arabic language Laylatul Qadr, which is a night that is better in our eyes, in our understanding, in our belief than 1,000 months. Um, so what that means is if you recite Quran in that one night, then the benefits of it is like you did it for 1,000 months, and it is a special night. it brings a sense of peace in it. It is said that it is neither hot, neither cold. It is a perfect night, and it is also said that because there is a chapter in Quran. It's called um, Al Qadr, which is about that night, and it said that on that night, the angels and the spirit they come on the first heaven, on the closest to the earth, and
Who's the
they
spirit?
it's Ruh, it's Gabriel, Al
Right.
Jibril.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. What Christians may call as Spiritus Sancti or the sacred spirit. So
Right.
it is said he and other angels they come on the closest to the earth and they make sure that that is a peaceful night. So
They
how do we find? Yeah, go ahead.
I'll add just something real quick, man. I listened to a couple lectures about it last night, and they're saying that the amount of angels present on that night is more than the amount of pebbles, the amount of rocks that are on Earth. And they don't
Wow,
stay. They come down, they say salam, they say greetings to the world, and then they go back up, and then a new group of angels comes down. And there's just a rotation like that.
indeed, indeed, and it's said that the safety is on that night for the entirety of the night until dawn. And what is important, what is significant for us Muslims that believe in this, because for someone that is, from some driver that might be watching this and observing this rationally, so this is a belief. This is what we believe in, without needing to be to rationalize this. We just believe it, right? It is our choice to do so. But significant, what on in this worldly terms, what is the significance of the night is that on in this night the message of Quran started coming to the Prophet, peace be upon him, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It started coming to him in the year of 610 um, AD, and that's considered the first revelation. The first revelation, coincidentally, is about learning, and that's the first words about reading, about learning, and the first words that came in that night were read, and it's amazing. They came to the illiterate part of the world. Back then, Arabia was just a waste desert and with some merchants, and that's about it, and palm trees. But and came to illiterate people, and then over the next centuries became a golden era of the Islamic history. Now, what is also significant about it is it's that it's the night of forgiveness, that each and every one of us can find a forgiveness for our life deeds, and and like everything, like if you have something, here's the thing about beauty and about important things and about beneficial things. They're usually not in open. They're usually not just all on the corner, right? You have to find it. You have to real beauty. You have to find it. Real benefit of something. Real, just real, like the or understanding is usually covered with a lot of layers.
Sure.
With this night as well, it is not specified which night is it, but probably it is one of the odd nights in the last 10 days of Ramadan, per the narration of by our prophet, and he said, "Until the day of judgment, you will not know which night is it." So it's about it's about searching, right?
The
For
pursuit,
that night,
right?
the pursuit, yeah, the pursuit of that night. Hopefully, at least once in our life, we will really see that night as glorious as it is, um, in its entirety. Not just like guess, but to know it is this night or is that night, and hopefully we'll have that feeling. But for those that are doing what Aldin is doing, the best idea is 5 days out of those 10, stay awake for the whole night. Use it as much as you can, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. Alhamdulillah. That's what I did last night, man. I was reciting Quran. I was listening to a few lectures. We had a group, congregational, as they say, prayer. A couple of them actually. One at midnight, one at 3, and closed it off with messaging Amina about this. So went like 5% leaned into the material world, but the other 95% of it was good. I was happy with it. What is one
Amazing.
of the signs that that night was Laylatul Qadr, was the night of decree, was that night? What's one of the signs with the sun?
Yeah, they say that the sun after. I think that the narration goes that the sun after that night rise up like a brass shield, or like
It,
in the
it
translation.
it
I don't know how
doesn't
to
have the
translate it.
rays. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
have
have
the
the rays.
rays.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
have the
I've
rays.
seen pictures. I've never paid it. I don't know. I've never looked at it with my own eyes, but I've seen pictures every year, and it's usually the 27th night where people post pictures of the sun, and it's a sunrise, but it doesn't have the rays. And again, the reason that we believe that is because of the angels that are present. The sun rays are not coming through. But what I want to talk about that, man, not for us to give a sermon about it, but I think it's so wild that we live in a world and we all coexist. And here we are, like I here I am believing that there's a billions of angels literally descending down on earth in one night, and that God sent an archangel, 1400 years ago to deliver a message to a man, and all of that other stuff. And someone else that I may like work with or I may hang out with doesn't believe any of it. It's just so wild that like two human beings can have such different beliefs about something like that. It's like usually our differences are like, I like the color blue, you like the color red. But it's just crazy to think about that, like such huge differences. I literally believe that, and someone else would look at me like you're insane. You are literally clinically insane for believing that. I find that to be interesting, like the contrasting beliefs that people have in this world, and then we all just still coexist and
Right.
function and all of that.
Yeah, God Himself in the Quran, He said that He created us as tribes, as people, in order to meet each other, recognize ourselves, and understand each other. That's the purpose of creation, of diversity. And then, of course, the truth is one. And now, where how we come to that, and if we come to that, that's a very important question. If But we are created different. You and I were Bosnians, and we have 20 trilogy drivers from Africa, from Arabia, from US, and everyone has a different upbringing and everything else. And that's so rich. And it's really, really nice when we understand each other, or when we meet each other in a way that we want to recognize that diversity as something good, not as something that we will make a division on. That's the thing, man.
We have one more thing to do before we finish. Well said. Appreciate your thoughts and your feedback. The other thing we have to do, man, is we had an amazing day yesterday, actually the day before, and we told our dispatch staff that we were going to do a drawing for some monetary bonuses, and we said we'd do it on this call. So let's go ahead and do that.
Let's do.
Um, Random name wheel. So, as a small token of appreciation, we're given three prizes. One is 100, one is 200, and one is 300 Bosnian marks. Um, so let's go ahead and put in, let's lead with Mighty Munir, Vedad, Haris, Ahmed, Muhammad, Amina, Yasmina V, Yasmina. We're blessed to have two Yasminas in the office, man. Most people Don't even have one.
Yeah, have some here.
Is that all?
Yeah, we have Nureddin as well in the office.
Oh yeah, man, I gotta do Nured in all caps or he'll get mad.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Let me just think
Nured, I'm
if we
trying to bold as well, but actually I'll do bold as well, man. I know you get upset about.
let's go. So far, what are we doing first? For
We're
100?
doing 100 km first.
All right, let's do. Let's
All
go.
right. Oh wait, I gotta move us out of the way.
Oh, it's Hafsa.
Okay,
It's
hold on.
Hafsa.
It's Hafsa. 5 rounds. Okay, hold on. We should redraw until we get someone other than Hafsa. In hopes of her winning the bigger one, man. That's why.
Sure, man.
Congratulations, Hafsa. Well deserved. You are our best 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Employee we have in the office, without a doubt,
All right, doing ops.
doing ops. All right, let's remove Hafsa.
Let's
And here we go for
go.
200 km.
It's wow. Oh, it's Yasmina Belagic from ops as well.
Ops once again dominating, proving that they have a place on this team, proving that even the special teams units, even the punters and the kickers deserve the glory. It's not just about the quarterbacks and the running backs.
Yeah.
In soccer
Let's
terms,
see
I think that'd be like the central defenders. Is that the least glorious position?
goalkeepers. At least grow his position.
Okay, let's remove her. Let's go for
Let's
one more for
go.
300 km. Let's go.
Wow.
Our
Yes.
recruiter taking it home, but the name is misspelled. So can we verify that this doesn't? It says Yasmina. Because
I
currently says Yasmin,
I
which sounds
think
like
we
a
can.
Ukrainian.
Think we can because we just kicked one out. We one Yasmin out. So yes, ladies won. Ladies won.
It is the day of the ladies. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations, I guess the three of you, not everybody. Everybody else, you should have
Sorry.
had your mom name you Hafsa, Yasmina, and Yasmina. You would have won something today. But your mom gave you the name she gave you, so that's not our fault. We'll conclude there, man. Our directors have been telling us that these things are too long, and last one was 30 minutes when they said it was too long. This one is 38 minutes, so I think we're headed in the right direction.
Think so too.
Salam alaikum. Have a good, safe day, everybody.